about BRBC.
Yes.
First, some couple of words of BRBC for your opinion. What is it?
Well, BRBC is the Belgian-Russian business club here that we started in Moscow just a few months ago. And we realized over the years that more and more Belgian companies were operating here, and it was necessary to have a group where they could meet, exchange ideas, best practices, and exchange their experiences in a country where we are increasingly active, both in trade but also in investment. So that's how it came. But it took some time.
What companies can take part in such meetings?
Alors, basically, I would say the core group are Belgian companies operating in Russia, either in the export field or in the investment area. But we also bring in Belgians who work for other companies, either international or Russians, or even Russians who are interested in connecting themselves with Belgian business. So we are pretty open and pretty free in terms of who can access, provided that they show an interest in the Belgian-Russian relationship.
And what's the benefit of this club for both of countries?
Alors, what I say is that it is important for companies to be able to share their experiences on a market which is sometimes difficult. We realize, for instance, that some companies have the same type of problems and they try to solve them differently. Well, maybe one company can help another in terms of experience. How did she do it in this oblast or that province or that area? So it is also important to be able to exchange views on things that happen. Some companies, for instance, can be using Belgian companies. Let's say an exporter realizes that there is a Belgian logistical company working here, so this will do a rapprochement. This information is not always available. We have 450 or 500 Belgian companies operating here in Russia, so it's a very big number, and they don't know exactly who does what. So it is also economical to put them together.
So they're trying to cooperate with...
Yeah, it's not a social club if you want. It may have its social implications, but it's mainly a business club.
And so what do you expect of this meeting, for example?
Also another thing that we try to do is vis-à-vis Russian authorities and the Russian public is to bring together this group so that they realize that we are quite a big number here. And this allowed me, for instance, recently to go and visit the governor Shoigu of the Oblast of Moscow and to present him 14 Belgian investors in his oblast alone. This is possible by regrouping everybody. You're not going to go one by one, but if you regroup, you're able to present a critical mass that will be taken upon seriously by the authorities. This is just one example.
So is it difficult to become a member?
No, it is not difficult to become a member. It is, as I said, there is a little committee. Companies come and say, voila, we have an interest. This interest is checked out, and if the interest is really there and genuine and valid, well, they are part of it. So it's pretty easy. We don't make difficulties for membership. You have just to show that you're interested. And if you're not, eventually you will leave. So it's the marketplace as well.
As the last question, can you give just a future forecast for this company?
Well, I mean, for the BRBC, the BRBC is going to, I think, going to work well. For one reason is that we have sufficiently big number of companies operating here, as I told you. So I think there is a need for people to exchange. We usually have 50 to 60 participants in every meeting we've had so far, which shows quite an important interest. People like to meet, talk. You saw we were able also to listen to experts who can provide immediately some added value to their business. We will try to go on doing this. As I said, this is not a social club, it is a business club. And voila. And I think that as long as the club provides good service to its members, it will go on. But it's only the beginning, so we have to see. We'll see each other in a year's time. We'll see each other in a year's time.
So thank you for the interview.
And my pleasure. My pleasure.
Very nice.
Thank you for having me. Bonsoir. Good night.